Hello, this is Dan Terrence. It is May 28th, and this is video update number 3. Today we have the similar agenda to what we've done in the past, where we've got the 3 topics. Number 1 is the tip of the day. Number 2, an industry update. And lastly, a mentor topic. So let's just dive right in, since I am trying to keep this to 8 minutes. Tip of the day. Want to get that one project off your plate? Try this. Well, for me, I've got my to-do list, that when it's a new week or it's getting all rattled, I can't tell what I've checked off and what I haven't checked, and I start a new list. This is one of those projects that you transfer to the other list, or in some cases, maybe 14 times you've transferred it. Okay, how do you get this off your plate? Number 1 suggestion is that you could complete it with someone else. So one, you could delegate part of it, or you could just simply be around others who are working. They're suggesting a library or a coffee shop. That positive social pressure can kind of create that accountability for you to get that project done. Number 2, you could hold yourself hostage. The tip doesn't use the word hostage. I do, but that's what it sounds like. You can't check your email until you get done with this project. You can't check your social media to get done with this project. Something that holds that hostage until you get done and get that thing off your plate. Lastly, maybe just blocking off some time. Maybe it's a project that you just need several minutes per day over a number of days, or several hours per week over a number of weeks, to make sure you're making progress to get it done. In the end, no matter what, you got to let these unpleasant tasks, you can't let them keep lingering. The longer you put them off, the more it's going to wear on you and the more unpleasant it will seem. I think I'm going to try something like that, or at least recognize maybe the first step is to admit that you have a problem with procrastinating on some certain type of tasks. And I will do that right here. I'll admit that I do that every once in a while. So maybe the awareness will help me. All right, industry update. Number 2, I want to talk a little bit about electric vehicles. It's a great opportunity for utilities to increase load. You've probably heard of that or aware of it. But why would it be good to increase load for utilities? Well, one, if they have kind of a set fixed cost, a set investment, and they can spread more kilowatt hours across that investment, you get lower cost per kilowatt hour, right? So you get cost efficiencies. You can maintain or even reduce costs for customers. But this is based on the assumption that there's no new investment. So when that charging happens can make a huge difference. They've got to be able to ensure that the charging is done in non-peak times, so you don't have to go out and build new power plants to make up for the addition of electric vehicle charging. We put together a working group and a steering committee for beneficial electrification / electric vehicles. Some of the findings that they've had: $2.6 billion of utility filings to support the electric vehicle infrastructure build. It's like, wow, utilities are spending ratepayer money to help make the market for EVs. That's how important this can be for the utility industry. What's in it for Franklin? I mean, we don't sell charging machines. We don't sell electric vehicles. But if utilities are running these, there's a lot more there than just the installation of charging machines or charging stations, right? If a utility is getting involved, it needs to be a more complete package. You need to engage customers. You need to do education, even trade ally network type work. Imagine dealerships and providing them with the information of why they want to charge or sell EV vehicles to their customers, and helping their customers understand the impact on their utility bills. We can use the marketplace to sell home charging equipment, and even link up to contractors who can do the installation. Really, it's administration of a utility program, which is exactly right in our wheelhouse and why we should be doing this. So we're looking at that $2.6 billion is only what has been filed so far, and it hasn't been approved. Not all of that has been approved yet. But coming down the line, we feel that this is going to be 10 to 20 billion dollars worth of utility spending over a time period, not annually. A significant opportunity, we think, for us. And we have a working group, I mentioned, working on this now. Their first big deliverable is a presentation to the steering committee that happens on June 3rd. And in the meantime, that working group, as well as our proposal team and BD team, have already put together 2 proposals, one for Dominion and one which is in Virginia, and one for CPS, which is San Antonio. So electric vehicles are coming, and I think we can find a role, and it can be a great opportunity for us, utilities, and our customers. All right, mentor topic called the experience trap is the name of it for today. This topic's really taken from the book called Talent is Overrated. And this book is really serving as a significant resource for me in building out mentor meeting number 4. So I suggest that maybe you get the book. If you have the time to read it all, that'd be great, or at least become familiar with the information and the topics and the angles. I think that would be beneficial for your 4th session. But kind of in the beginning, it talks, and you probably heard people say something like, if you work hard, you'll do fine, which is probably true, right? It's a fair statement. Look at most of your friends. Likely they're good at what they do, good enough to keep doing it. They've maybe got a promotion or 2 or 3, but are there any really world-class excellence? And again, when I read this in the book, I thought, man, I need some new friends. But the hard truth is that there's really a tiny percentage, or just a few, who ever really achieve, that greatness. In fact, there's extensive research in many fields that actually show that people with lots of experience were no better at their jobs than those with little experience. This key finding from a recent study called this phenomenon the experience trap. So companies typically value experienced managers. Rigorous study show that on average, managers with experience did not produce high caliber outcomes. And part of this is that we go on doing our work, checking off our list, and not really concentrating on getting better. I think being part of this mentor program is a great step towards saying, hey, I want to keep getting better, instead of just going along, doing our jobs, and getting to retirement. So the finding is that, and a lot of this research tries to pinpoint, how do you get to great performance? How do you get and earn that greatness? And it's around a concept called deliberate practice. There's another book that refers to it as deep practice, and those 2 concepts can be widely researched. But we will work with this concept and discuss how you can incorporate deliberate practice into your job and your career to approach greatness. And that will happen in session number 4. So thank you all. I hope you had a great holiday weekend. And until next time, take care.